the strategy that I teach is to use the free community as a lead magnet. So how to create a really good training that would be perfect for your target audience or your customer, and then doing like an open Q&A, and that kind of doubles as sales calls and your content and all of these things. But could you just explain how would this apply to them? How could they use this to promote like a live training in their free community? Walt and Johan have joined us today to share with us their new, it's a rebrand of White Label Suite, right? And you guys have
Yeah.
added so many bells and whistles. I saw you at the summit and I was like, oh my God, if you don't come on in our community and talk about this, I'm going to die because it was so cool. So
Thank
thank
you.
you
It's
guys so
I
much
love
for
it.
joining us today.
Thank you.
A
Thank you so
pleasure.
much for having us. We love it. You know, I always tell everyone, well, we always say Bridget was the first person to ever support us when we first, launched 5 years ago. You were there. We'll never, ever, ever forget that. You were like, hey, let's go. Let's get this out there. And then all these amazing people from your community jumped on, and we were like, wow. It literally changed the trajectory of our business. So thank you.
Oh, I
We
love
really
that. But
yeah.
you guys deserve it. And I thought the software was super cool, but after meeting the two of you, and I know we've talked about this so many times, but after the meeting, the two of you though, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna get behind these guys no matter what they create because I know it's gonna be amazing. And I have
Thank
just been proven right. So thank you for proving me right. I love to be right.
you.
Thank
It's been amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank you guys so much for joining us and hopping in. We are going to be putting this on YouTube, just fair warning. If you guys want to, if you're in your moo-moos or something, just know, maybe turn the camera off or get your avatar out. Walt and Johan, please explain to us all of the amazing things that you guys have done with what is formerly known as White Label Suite.
fantastic. Well, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Walt because he is the creator of this amazing software. Now, I'm going to give, for those of you who don't know, a little bit of background. Walt and I got together in April 2021, and the first time I saw this, I was absolutely blown away. I couldn't believe how amazing the software was, and I wished I had it 10 years ago. And then a couple of weeks later, Walt said, hey, do you want to come join me in the business? And then here we are, 5 years later, we've created something absolutely amazing. We've got an amazing tribe, amazing people, and the software is changing lives all day, every day. And I call him the mad genius. The mad genius is always in the cave building all sorts of new cool things. And over the last couple of months, you're right, Bridget, since October, he has been creating some of the most amazing tech that has, again, taken this to the next level. So, Mr. Walt, over to you, my friend.
The hot mic handover. Yeah, thanks. So, Bridget and the team, again, I appreciate the chance to come and say hi. So, we have been in the high level space for all of those years since we got together, and have been marketing the product as White Label Suite. And over the last 3 months, we sent out a massive announcement, big team change, and we've rebranded that to AIX Up. So it's AI powered up, which kind of stands behind the philosophy that Johan and I both share, which is that AI powers up humans. So how do we power up you guys? How do we power up high levelers? How do we power up business owners? We do that by providing AI agents that can find your ideal clients for you, get them into high level automatically, and start a conversation with them automatically. That's how we do that. Let me say that again, just in case the coffee hasn't kicked in. What we do is we find your ideal client for you. We research them. We find out all about them. We can find out why they'd be an ideal client, and we can craft messaging for them that hits pain points and emotional points. We do that automatically. We write all of the email series that go with it. We connect it up to your high level, and we initiate conversations for you. And we do that across multiple different channels. Why is that important? I think this is probably the phrase that I say most often to anybody, is that I've seen thousands, unfortunately, of business owners struggle. I've seen tons of business owners go broke. And every time they do, families suffer and communities suffer. And the reason they do is because they haven't got enough clients. Flat, no fluff. That's why people go broke. Because and that's why they struggle, is because they haven't got enough people to sell to create income, to build businesses, to scale, to do all that kind of stuff. Businesses go broke because they don't have enough clients. So our AI tool, AI Powered Up, AIXup.ai, is designed to help you solve that problem. Find more customers. And the reason that we did the rebrand, Bridget, importantly, and we'll get into demo world, I think, Johan, and show people how we can do this. The reason why we did the rebrand is that we were focused on high levelers. You guys are us as well. We're a high level agency and SaaSpreneur awards and all that stuff. We recognize that high levelers get into high level, Bridget, as you know, for two different reasons. Number one, they build their own world and infrastructure on this amazing platform, which is 100% the right starting point. And then everybody gets really excited and goes, I should share this and I can build an agency around this and I can help other businesses do the same, which is also an amazing path to go down. So what we did was we said, let's also let people white label our product and they can sell this product as well as high level and they'll win even more. And what we saw was there was a percentage of people that, for that was true. They sold thousands of copies of our program as well as tens of thousands of copies of high level. But 90% of people were struggling with the fundamental basics of just filling their own pipeline. So we're like, okay, hang on a second. What if we took care of all of the support? What if we took care of all of the updates, the training videos, the onboarding, all of the stuff that people get lost in when it comes to running their own software business, that we've been doing for 20 years. And we just help people solve that number one problem, Bridget. So we took away the white label piece. We still have the agency piece, of course, because that's where we live. We took away the white label piece and focused all of our efforts onto solving that one problem, automating the lead generation, automating the funnel filling, automating your next client conversation so that you can do what you do and let the whole system take care of itself. So shall we dive in, Bridget? Should we jump right in? Or guys, would you like to ask any questions? You have both of us on the call right now and we can talk underwater. So anything that you'd like to know, just fire it away. Bridget, your call. Would you like to dive into demo land or would you want to go through some Q&A first? How would you like to run?
My community is so amazing about being respectful of each other and raising hands and all of that. So I think, well, if you just want to dive in and if you guys have questions, just feel free to raise your hand and we'll make sure to answer them.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Thank you. So let me do that. And I can see some of our existing clients here. Manolo, great to see you as well. So guys, if you are already an AIXup user, or you have been a White Label Suite client or are a White Label Suite client as well, let us know and say hi and we can do all that sort of stuff. So let's just make sure. Can you see my screen? Is that okay?
Yep, you're good.
Great. Okay, cool. Fantastic. So let's dive right in. As you can see up the top left, AIXup, that's how we pronounce it, AIXup, AI Powered Up. AI Powered Up Humans. At the moment still says powered by White Label Suite since we've had 5 years of that branding. We want to make sure that people don't get lost when they log in. So AIXup, this is the initial dashboard. Now I'm going to change screens here and I want you to watch what happens down this bottom right-hand corner. Over in the right-hand corner here, when I change screens, you'll see a brand new tile, which is there as well. Now this is called intent search, which is passive lead generation. Passive lead generation. So if anybody thinks that sounds good, I'll dive into that. It's not quite released yet. It was supposed to be released on Friday, and I just went, hang on a second, one more little fix to go, but I'll still talk about it while we're here. Anybody interested in passive lead generation? Rick, I can see you nodding and smiling happily. Meg, passive lead generation? Okay, cool. So how does that work? Let me cover that first, and then I'll dive into the agent stuff. So the way that the intent search works is to just simply copy and paste a code snippet onto your funnels and onto your pages in high level. Literally, just copy and paste. So over in intent search, and I'll just go to one that we have up and running. Over in intent search, we give you a pixel, just like a Facebook tracking pixel, just like any other pixel that you can create. We give you a pixel which looks like this. There you go. And we literally just copy that and paste it into your funnel, into the header pieces of your funnel. So if you're in high level, in funnels, go to settings. There's a piece there that is specifically built for your tracking code. It's called the header section of your website. You copy that, that's on the screen, you put it into your funnel, and then amazing things happen. So what happens then is as people come to your site, right? You're running campaigns, you're out there marketing, you're networking, you're handing out cards, you're connecting with people on LinkedIn, and people are coming and they are checking you out. They are going to your website. Now, a lot of the time, they might not engage with you. They might just come and see what you do. Or, hey, that brand sounds cool. AI, amazing. Let's go and check it out. And they load up their website. But guess what? They're busy and they just go about their day. So they scroll on their phone, they go, oh, that's really cool. And then they bounce off and they go somewhere else. When you're running this intent search from AXUP on your program, we do things called resolutions, which means we are actually gathering 100% compliantly their first and last name, their phone number, their email address. And that alone can be a game changer for your advertising, because here's what happens next. We go, cool, web visitor, didn't fill out a form, but 100% compliantly we're collecting that data, and we can push that straight into an AI automation over in high level. Wait, what? They came to my site and I can immediately follow up with them and say, hey, Kelly, did you find what you were looking for? Can I help you out with your CRM system? Can I help you build an AI agent? Can I involve anything for you? So this first method of finding leads is as simple as copy and paste that code snippet onto your website and then let the system run in the background, and you're building the follow-up in high level. People come to the site. Now they're getting a follow-up email within minutes of coming to your site. It's like, wow, you guys were reading my brain. Okay, and again, 100% compliantly. Now that comes out, as I said, it should have been last week, but we don't release stuff until it's ready to rock. So once you've got this running on your site, you'll have leads coming into your pipeline that can then be sent follow-up marketing materials and messaging, and that can increase your ROAS from ads, your activity. So cool.
Can I
There's a couple
interrupt
other
for
ways.
just 1 second?
Yeah, please, absolutely, go for it.
Because I literally almost fell out of my chair, because that is so cool. I just can't even tell you, Walt. That is sincerely so cool. And I'm thinking, if we all don't leave this meeting today and then install this on our websites, I just don't even know, because it's literally, I'm writing it down. It's the first thing I'm doing when this meeting is over. That is so amazing. It's literally what it opens up for people is a world of opportunities, because they all struggle with, okay, I need to build a website. What kind of copy? What do I put on there? Do I do like a pop up where it, before they exit? All these things that they don't even have to worry about. They could have literally a landing page that says, thanks for visiting, have a great day, and you can retarget them with this. This is amazing. I
Exactly.
love it.
Absolutely right. Exactly right. And suddenly you're starting to do things like, so when Facebook audiences came out, Bridget, when people were able to put a Facebook pixel and do something called retargeting, right? That completely changed the game for people. And you know what it's like. I mean, so we just had Christmas, and for me, my husband hack of the year is when it's coming up to an anniversary or birthday or Christmas or something like that, and my wife's doing something amazing, which she always does, I'll pick up her iPad and I'll just open up Facebook, and I can see what she's been looking for on her, because the retargeting, the ads come back. I've seen that everywhere. I can see it every now that I've visited this site about whatever it is, I see ads for that whatever it is everywhere. So my husband hack is going into my wife's iPad, seeing what she's been interested in, and then I can buy a gift for her that's thoughtful and she thinks I can read her mind, which is impossible, by the way. No husband could ever claim that. So retargeting has been around for many, many years. This is retargeting for you with a B2B focus and being able to literally follow people up. So imagine, let's do a case study. Let's do a scenario. You have a client, your agencies, if you're with Bridget in My Vision Agency, you're building business systems for your clients. So let's say that one of your clients is a swimming pool installation company, right? You could have this pixel on your site and people come and visit, they're checking it out, and they're just browsing because swimming pools are a big investment, so they haven't taken any action yet. You could immediately set this up for your client that an email goes out that says, hey, Susan, thanks so much for checking out our swimming pools situation. We've got a special deal at the moment. If you're taking action in the next 72 hours, we can do this for you, this for you, this for you, this for you, right? So it's getting that action underway without any kind of need to act from the client side of things. So a huge game changer. Very, very, very excited about that. All right, cool. So it's a consensual pixel capturing. Stacey, great question. So 100% consensual there. Now, at the moment, this is US data only. Yeah, so exactly right, Meg. If you're a marketing agency, I could essentially get more leads to show since they don't have to fill out a form. And that's massive. That's really, really massive. For every $100 that you're spending on ads, okay, and a percentage of them are opting in, and no matter how good you build your landing pages, you'll always have a percentage. If you just had this running in the background, immediately your clients are seeing more lead flow from their existing ad spend, all right, and they're able to remarket to those businesses with that data. Now, I have to come face to face here just for a second. So let me come face to face. This is where this gets really interesting. Because, sorry, it's interesting for me. You guys will probably go, yeah, good, great. It's interesting for me.
We're all geeking out with you. Well,
we're geeking out. All right, cool.
We are some tech geeks in this community. We're with you.
Yeah, we're this is family, right?
Yes.
We're all in the same world. All right, so let me geek out for a second with you. What's amazing about AI for me is that we can get AI to do things with the very smallest amount of information. Now, let me paint that picture again. We put a pixel on a site. I've got a name and an email from somebody, okay? Now what I can do, AI, there's an amazing book which is called Prediction Machines, which is about how AI works. And here's the, guys, if you've never understood how AI works, this is how it works. AI is the world's best autocomplete. That's what it does, right? It autocompletes. When you go into Google and you start typing, find the nearest, it fills it out for you. Find the nearest gas station to me, or whatever it is. It starts typing. It auto-completes. AI is the world's best autocomplete. And Prediction Machines talks about AI like this. It takes what you already know and it gives you information. It predicts the information that you don't know. So it says, here's what we already know. Based on that, here's the prediction of what's going to happen next. All right. So it can take a tiny piece of information and expand it. So somebody just landed on your site. I've got their name, their phone number, and their email address. Now I can ask AI to go and research that person for me. Wait, what? Yeah. And this is all set up in high level, right? This is all done through the automations. That person landed on my site. Within a few seconds, I can find out where they work, what they do, their LinkedIn profile, their post history. What kind of person are they? Now, this is where we get funky and cool, right? What if you sent a follow-up email to somebody who visited your site? You'd be ahead of 90% of people, right? Even just by sending a follow-up email, you're ahead of 90% of people. But what if that email spoke about them specifically? What if that email wasn't just a blanket, thanks for visiting our swimming pools? What if that email talked about the fact that, gee, it's cold in Atlanta right now, and I know that you're looking at swimming pools for your 2 kids, blah, blah, blah. Now, AI can only find what's there to be found, but how does that work? I will show you. So we set all of this up right within the program. So we can start to do cool things with AI with the very barest of information. And I want to give you an example. So we'll come back and show you how can I do this more? How can I get more of this going on? I'll come and talk to you about doing that with companies and local businesses and people and individuals in just a minute, and influencers, which is your biggest lever that you could ever pull. I'll talk about that in a moment. But let me start with this small amount of information doing more things as a result. So I'll flip back to my main program here. Let's come and show you what I mean by this. So let's go. Let's say that I've got, sorry, go ahead, Johan, go for it.
I was going to say, just hit the blur button if you can, because YouTube, you don't want it to flag the...
Yeah, cool, good idea. So I'll just blur out sort of phone numbers and which, by the way, when you're doing demos with this software, it's just the little eye icon up the top. So you're blurring out kind of information. All right, so let's say, for example, I've done a search for somebody. I've got information here. They've come into my program. Now, because of the multiple data sources that we pull from, I can tell you that this particular person, let's go and have a look, works for GSK. That's their role. All right, that's where they live. And in the background, I can see things like education history. I can see job history, so where they used to work before that, which is all really cool. But then we go, do you know what? Let's do that thing where we find out more about this person and we personalize our communication with them. That's where AI plays incredibly well. So we go, tell me about Nicole. Tell me about Nicole. Tell me all about what she does and who she is and all of those kind of things. So I can just run a little AI, what we call an AI assistant in the background. And we can say to our AI assistant, go and look at this person and tell me all about them. And it comes back and says, great, here's Nicole. She's had a comprehensive career progressing with GSK, starting as a sales rep inside of sales before transitioning to various marketing roles. Cool. This is all about Nicole. Now, if I could say about Nicole, now that you know that about Nicole, write an email from me personally to Nicole, calling out specifics about her and her business and how we could work together and some of the kind of areas that we might be able to improve her. Not a generic email, a personal email that's been researched, yeah? So now we can come in and say, okay, now that we've got that information, let's go and write an email, all right, about Nicole, about me and my business and what I do and who I am and what she does and how our two companies could match together. So I learned that you're an associate brand manager at GSK and you also started up in sales. It's a great path. Our company has software that helps people find the bit like, so it matches who you are and what we are and what we're doing. Now we might say, yeah, it's fairly generic. It's okay, cool. I want my AI assistant to do a better job. You know what? I'm a business coach in this neck. I'm a business coach. So go and research Nicole, but research her from a different perspective. Go and research her and say, research her as a business coach with a very specific framework, which I can teach my AI assistant by I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Don't just research her from her jobs and history point of view. Go and research her with these 5 psychological ideas and this structure and this framework. Go and research her with this lens. And this is what it comes back with. Skills, endorsements, engagement and thought leadership, personal branding and mindset. Okay? So I can teach my AI not just to go and do the work for me. That's cool. But go and do the work for me in a way that makes sense for me as a business that I am. So let me give you an example. I'm talking too much, Bridget. Please jump in and give me some feedback here.
No, you're cool.
So
I'm just absorbing it all. And I, just to reiterate what you're saying, I get a ton of emails. I know we all get a ton of emails, but I have gotten emails. I know Meg was commenting about this too. I have gotten emails that are very custom like that. And those are the ones I read. All the other ones that say, oh, I wanted to reach the person who's responsible for marketing at
to the
my
homeowner.
well, that generic stuff. I'm like, delete. I don't even read the first couple lines. But
Yeah.
those types of emails are incredibly effective because I actually read them. As many
You're right.
emails as I get, I still read those very custom emails because I don't know if a person sent it or not.
Isn't that amazing?
Mhm.
And have you ever got onto a sales call and it takes such a bare minimum, you guys? I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but you get onto a sales call and you've taken 5 minutes before the call to just look up their company and read about them on the About Us page and maybe browse their LinkedIn profile. And you mention something and the other person at the other end of the call is so impressed and they say something like, wow, you really did your research, right? And it's rare enough, which is surprising, but it's rare enough that it makes an impact. It's like, well, shouldn't we do that all the time? Yeah, but who's got time? AI can do that for us. So, very, very quick story. One of our clients recently with AXA, literally since the new year kicked off, which is only a few days ago as we're recording this, they were looking at our program and they had this, I think it was like 28 steps, Johan. They sent Johan a process that they go through with every client. They're like, here is our 28-step sales process. And they're a financial organization, right? And Johan sent this across to, he sent it to me and I sent it to Alex because I was like, hey, Alex can do that. I'll just keep on enjoying my time with my kids. But Alex is our automation geek and he loves building this kind of stuff. Johan sent this across to Alex and said, hey, Alex, how much of this could we automate? And Alex came back and said, out of the 28 steps, and some of it was like get into the personal closing stuff. So the last 5 or 6 steps were always going to be a human face-to-face closing the deal. But all the way up to that was kind of the things that we do to prepare for the sale, right? And Alex went through and was like, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, we can do that. All of this is automated. But there was one piece there which was this. The client said to Johan, we always do a financial analysis of the client. So they're doing finance. So we always do a financial analysis to understand the risks and the financial position of this company before we go into doing work with them, right? So, and Alex skipped that. When he sent it back to the client, he skipped it. And he was like, yeah, we won't really do the financial analysis. And Johan messaged me and he's like, dude, can we do the financial analysis? And I'm like, hold my coffee, right? Let's just give me a second. So how do we give our AI system more skills? How do we give it more skills? It's an important question, guys. So whatever you're doing, just pause for a second. How do I skill up my AI tool so it's even smarter for me? I'll show you how we do it, right? This is how we go. So over in our AI assistant section over here, we literally tell it what we want it to do. So in that particular example, if I come down to my financial analysis, which is right here, this is how difficult it was to skill up the AI. I think it took me 5 minutes to send this back to Johan with a recorded video. This is what I did. I voiced it out using Whisper and I said, hey, one of the things we do is a financial analysis on this particular client. We want to understand their credit risk and their financial health. Look at any public information you can find and understand their position. I literally just talked this out. I hit record on my voice transcription and I said, hey, one of the things we like to do is this, 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 and this. Things like investments taken or publicly listed financial records are important, as well as any commentary about this company and their financial status would be helpful. Please research, compile this information, and come back to us with some information. Then I insert the company name and the website, and I have just given my AI assistant new skills. Let's see what happens. So you might not need a financial analysis, but you might need all kinds of other things. So let's go and have a look at what happens when we run a financial analysis. All right, so I think I ran this with a couple of different clients here, but let's have a look. So in this particular search, I've looked for commercial real estate companies. I've got their employee count. I've got all their social media data, which also like instantly synchronizes into high level, by the way, just to kind of wave that flag. So all of this information, you can see I've got email addresses from people. I've got their phone number, a first name, email address, which we've blurred out, privacy, blah. But I've got first name, last name, their position at the company, right? So if I wanted to reach out to this business, I know who to speak to, right? And I've got all of that information. So we've got that details. But then we might say to our system, you know what? I want to run this financial analysis. So, okay, cool. Let's go and run this financial analysis and just see what it comes back with. Now, we're not going to dig into pull up all of their publicly listed stock records and we're just literally finding publicly available information. Now, I have never run this one before, but here we go. Western Retails is a privately held commercial real estate brokerage firm specialized in RECO, blah, blah, blah. Company was founded in 2001, operates primarily here, serving over 250 clients. Okay, due to its status as a privately held, detailed financial statements aren't publicly available. However, some investment sales, they facilitated nearly 800 million in retail investment sales. They've involved in substantial real estate transactions, including these ones and these ones. They completed a $14 million blah, blah, blah. They've done that. Pause for effect. Right? So, what do you want to know about your clients? What's important to you? We showed you that you could find out information. You can find out information about people from a particular lens. Maybe your client is a business coach. Maybe your client is a financial organization. Maybe your client is a commercial real estate client. And you can find out the information that's important to them, because I don't care about a company's financial history when I'm reaching out to them. But your clients might. And what's amazing, and again, I've said this many times as a software developer over the last 20 years, something happened 3 years ago which changed our world forever. It was called AI. And what it means is the software program that you have, Rick and Meg and Martina and Manolo on this call, the software program that you have and that your clients have is unique. It's unique because you need it to do something specific for you. It makes your life easier. And now with AI, we can put that into the program. It's like, just tell me what you need it to do. Cool. Now my AI has new skills that it didn't have 5 minutes ago because you needed it to have those skills. Wicked cool. Let me take this one step further. I hope this is cool for you guys. Let me take this one step further and automate the whole process. And then I'll throw it over to you guys and you can tell me where to go from there, okay? So, is everybody okay so far? Like, just give me a yes in the chat or thumbs up or something like that. Everybody good so far? Cool. Liked what you've seen so far? AI powered up, AIXup.ai. We've got a special deal for my Vision Agency crew. All right, great, cool, awesome. So, one step further, let's automate that whole thing. I've given the AI instructions. I've said I need it to do this for me. I need it to do that for me. I need it to take that data, write something unique and contextual, give me all the stuff. Now we set it up as what we call a genuine AI agent or AI employee. And what's that mean? It means it just does it for me 24/7, just keeps on going. And this is where the real power lies for you and your clients, okay? So now we have our skills, we've got our system here, we've taught it what we want it to do, and we can come over to our AI agent and we can just automate the whole thing. So we say, okay, cool, let's do this. Let's go and find commercial real estate agents in Phoenix and do all of that stuff and send them something specific. Great, let's do it. So I'm going to build this as a vision agent. Shout out. Vision agent, right? And let's go. What do I want my vision agent to do? I want my vision agent to search for commercial real estate companies. Okay. So I'm going to add that to my research list, which I've got here, commercial real estate listers. And I want this to run. Now here's, again, we can get geeky, but if I want it to run when I add something to the list, that's when I've got those pixels on the page, like just when somebody comes in, go and research this, or be proactive and run this every day for me or my client. Okay. So I want to do this every day. Cool. Can do. What do you want to search for? We say, okay, I want to search for commercial real estate. All right. And I want that. Let's do 20 a day. Guys, honestly, we see people go, I want 10,000 a day. Dude, you couldn't handle 10. So if you're set up for your client that you're running outbound 20 specifically targeted, tailored contacts every single day, by the end of the week, they've done 100. By the end of the month, they've done 400. That's more marketing than they've done in the last 5 years. You don't need 10,000. You just get it happening every day and it'll change their life. All right, so we want commercial real estate agents. I think we said in Phoenix. So let's do that in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, this can be any city, any continent, any location, anywhere in the world. It can be any niche. It can be any business. It can be anything. I've gone this particular one for this demo. Okay, so 20 times a day, find me commercial real estate agents in Phoenix. Let's go. Now, the next thing this is doing, because it's a local search, it says, hey, so cool. Where? Are there anywhere that you don't want to focus? Say, you know what, that's a bit too much of a drive. Turn that off. Yeah, no, I don't like that area. So I'll just turn off the ones I don't want. Cool. And then we just keep going. We say, okay, cool. That's ready. Now, once I've found those people, what do you want me to do? I want to do that research. Cool. So let me drop that in. And then I say, which particular skill did you want me to use? I want to use that one where I just kind of summarize the business and find out more about them. Okay, cool. Done. No problems. Now, I can do multiple, by the way. I can research multiple things. So I say, okay, cool. Once I've done that research, what do you want me to do? I want to write that very specific, tailored, contextual email with that skill set that I gave you before. Okay, cool. Done. All right. Now, once I've done that, all in sequence, okay, research, write. Now that I've got a unique email, I can write a unique subject line. Just drag that on. And it's the contextual subject line. All right. Can you see how hard it is to build an AI agent? Just drag it. I had to make it simple for Australians, Bridget, right? We need to speak in one syllable words. Like it just needed to be drag and drop, okay? So local search, do the summary, write the email, write the subject line, and then what? And then what? Send it over to high level, baby, with a tag that sets up my automation. Done, done, finished, thanks. Save and publish. Now this will run 20 times a day, okay? It will find research based on your criteria. It'll write based on what you tell it to write. It will create all of that information, and then it'll send it across to high level with a tag, comes into your contacts list. It's got a tag on it, which fires the automation, which sends out an email to follow up. And of course, the AI agents inside of high level have the communication and the qualification and do all of the conversation, right? But now every single day, your clients are seeing leads going into their system. Okay, so that's where we play. Now, there's a couple of different ways that we search. We do that local search, which I just showed you, like find me this type of business in this location. We can find businesses based on turnover and revenue. So we can say, find me construction companies that are doing 100 million and above who have got 15 employees and over. All right, so we do that kind of search as well. We do searches where we might say, find me individuals, right? Find me CEOs. All right, so I can say, find me marketing managers of, and again, I'll go in the US and find me marketing managers of, I don't know, SaaS companies, so software. Find me marketing managers of particular types of company, right? Again, who are doing particular revenue, etc. So I can find individuals. I can say, find me companies, find me this, find me that, find me marketing managers of software companies in and around a particular location. I can do searches for individual companies. So I can say, you know what? There's this business over the road from my client, and they really want to get in with that dream client. So find me everyone that works at Tesla.com, all right? Or any website, any company. So we can pop them onto our list and say, okay, find me everybody that works at Tesla. And we just go, cool, here we go. I should have blurred that out, apologies. But we've got everybody that works at a particular company. Or we can find influencers. And this is where we get really fun, and I'll tell you a quick story on this one as well. So influencers. This is this is crazy. Two stories. One story before we search, one story after we search. So before we search, client comes to me from New Zealand, and she said, I've just been employed by alcohol and liquor distillery for gin and rum in New Zealand. And I'm really excited about it, but I have no history or influence in this space whatsoever. I'm starting from ground zero, and I need to get these guys traction in the next 30 days. And I went, tough gig, all right? Well done on the position, but you got your work cut out for you. She said, can you help me find influencers in New Zealand who talk about cocktails and spirits and parties and stuff like that? And I went, I don't know, but let's see what we can do. So we ran this search, which I'm about to show you, and we found 8 influencers who had more than 250,000 followers on the various platforms that talk about cocktails and mixology and, you know, alcohol and spirits. She reached out to all 8. 2 responded. She got on their podcast, right? And completely blew up the distribution of this new gin distillery that she landed the job for. And she's now a hero, right? So story before we search, story after we search. So let me show you the search. The influencer search is crazy, okay? Because again, we talk about the fact that you don't need 10,000. She reached out to 8. She spoke to 2. She changed her life. All that can happen quickly. So the influencer search, we say, okay, cool. Find me people on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, right? Find me based on their follower count. So I want to reach out people who have got big following or people that are only just starting to grow, people whose audiences match a particular profile. So find me people whose audiences are sub 25 in this kind of space who like this stuff, whatever it is, okay? And so you can set up who you're looking for. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go. Okay, let's do that exact one. We might do that. We might say, okay, find me people who like margaritas was going to be. I can't type that. Margaritas has a hidden letter in there somewhere. But I might say cocktails. Go for it. You've got one, Johan.
I was just going to say mixologist.
A mixologist. I could do that. Let's do something more mainstream. Real estate investing. Investing. I know a lot of our high levelers work with real estate agents. Real estate. I told you I couldn't spell. So real estate investing. Let's just. I'll just go straight. Okay, cool. Just find me. Just go. Renovation, sales training, business coaches, real estate investing. Okay, cool. Go. So find me influencers in the real estate investing niche. I've already got heaps of them, but these are the ones I didn't have on my list so far. But Noah has 485,000 followers on Instagram. Ryan has 456,000 and Olivia has 273,000. Now, if your client's a real estate agent, how much would they pay you to be interviewed by Noah, Ryan, or Olivia, who have 500,000 people following their advice? All right, so let's go out and find out about these people. So as an influencer, there are things that are important to you. Follower count is only one of them. So let's go and have a look at what else is important about our people here. And you can see I've got tons and tons of real estate investors I've done over the time, but these are the 3 new ones I've found since the last search. All right, so find me more about these people. Because if I'm going to be on the show, I want to make sure that the audience matches, that it's a good fit, that they're all their research is in play. So, okay, cool. Now you can see that we've got their email addresses straight away. I've blurred that out, but boom, straight away we've got their email addresses. Okay, cool. So, but what else have we got? Let's go and find out. So we go and find out that, okay, we've also got other social handles, okay? Who they are. This is incredible, by the way. Most influencers have about a 30% fake follower. Now, what's a fake follower? A fake follower is a bot account or an account with no profile photo that's never made any posts that just follows 10,000 other accounts, right? This, to have a 19% fake follower is incredible. It's amazing. So out of the 450,000 followers that Ryan has, this is amazing. How many posts has Ryan made? How many average likes and comments? What hashtags do they use? What mentions do they have? What are their actual post history? I can see what they've posted about. I can see, do they ever get paid for posts or do they ever pay for their posts? Yes, they do. And this is where we get really interesting. Now, if you're talking to your client, this is where you can start to show real power. This is the interest list of this influencer's audience. Does it match with your business? Are your audiences people who are interested in friends and family and travel and tourism and restaurants and food and grocery and toys and motorbikes and cameras and luxury goods and furniture and home decor? Wait, pause 1 second. Home decor, that's me. I'm in. Right kind of market. Sweet. These are the brands that they kind of align with. These are the age demographics of the followers. These are the most influential people that follow them. Now, you also notice that we can add them to the list. We say, hey, that looks really great. If I do a great job with Ryan, by the way, guess who sees that information? Talia does. And she's got 22 million people. Viral loop, anyone? So we've got some really cool people that follow this person, all right? I've got all of this data. Now, again, all of this is good. AI makes it better because now I can just go through and I can say, hey, get this done. So let me give you an example. So again, everybody's business is unique. Our business, Johan and I, and with AXA, we do podcasts. So here's the story after the search. What I wanted to do was when I'm reaching out to people with that exact search, so let me find that influencer search and my real estate one, which is the one that we just had. Sorry, there it is. Okay, cool. So when I'm reaching out to people, I'm reaching out to them specifically about our podcast. So I went, hey, AI, make this easier for me. Gave it a little skill and says, hey, find out about this person and research them based on my podcast. And I created a little podcast summary. So let me do that. Influencer summary. And one of these I had was my podcast. There we go. So with my specific request, find out about this. What topics could they talk about? What things do their audience respond to? So I just wrote that little thing. Hey, what's important to me is finding out this about this person. Hey, Ryan, your insights on, so this is the actual reach out to Ryan. Your insights on entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and business growth are incredibly valuable to a wide audience. We appreciate your discussions on topics like tax strategy, wealth building, and the future impact on AI and jobs. This is what our specific agent research on a podcast invite did for us. Now, here's the story. Because we have a tool that helps salespeople, who are our audience? Guys, this is not a trick question. I want you to think about this for yourself, right? Who are your audience? Who are the people? right? And I want you to go one level up from that. So our audience, the people that we want to come and see our product, are salespeople. They are in sales. If I am selling, then I need leads. And if you've got to, you get it. My audience are salespeople. So now I want to go up one level. Who do salespeople listen to? Sales trainers, right? Influential sales trainers. So we ran our little search looking for sales trainers, influencers with some clout, right? And we came across a guy named Mike who had 2.8 million followers on his Instagram channel and was one of the top real estate agent sales trainers in the continental US, right? His best year ever, I asked him while we were on the call, he did over 12 million in commissions. Holy moly. So I reached out to Mike. Now, I'm not, again, think about this as a strategy, you guys. I want you to think about this for you and for your clients. I did not reach out to Mike and say, do you want to buy my software? Okay? No. I reached out to Mike and said, hey, Mike, you're amazing. Dude, you're incredible. I run a podcast called Influencer Empires, and you fit in that mold like a hand in a glove. I'd love to interview you just to find out about you and how you built this incredible following as a sales trainer. Mike said, sure. Send me a link. Booked me in. Got on with Mike, amazing guy, beautiful guy, right? Spent 40 minutes with one of the best sales trainers in the world, which what would you pay for that, right? So I got to do that for free, which is why I started my podcast in the first place, right? I got to interview Mike. I got 40 minutes one-on-one with one of the best sales trainers in the world, right? It cost me nothing, but I recorded it with his permission. Now, it did cost me something because at the end of that call, I said, Mike, this has been so incredible. I just want to send you a thank you gift. And I went onto Amazon and I shipped Mike a little gift basket. It cost me $100 and it landed on his doorstep a couple of days later. And Mike said, wow, that was, really thoughtful. Thanks, right? It cost me $100, right? Here's what happened next. My team goes to work. Production, you know what happens here, Bridget. Your podcast is amazing. It's getting incredible reviews already. So my team went to work, release schedule, a couple of weeks out, whatever that looks like. When we release it, we've got a whole process which we send out. Here's the graphic, here's the link to the episode, here's the recording, here's the raw, here's everything. Like, thank you so much, Mike. Here's stuff that you can use on your socials. Here's the post that we made. Now, Mike just commented or shared our post, right? Hey, everyone, had a great time with Walt. Go and listen to the episode. We had 8,500 engagements on that post in the first hour. Now, who's engaging on that? But guys, just follow the strategy. Who's engaging on that post? Mike's audience. Who's Mike's audience? Salespeople. Who am I trying to reach? What can I do with an engagement on a post when it comes to meta advertising? Retargeting. Right? So 8,500 comments, likes, shares in the first hour. Traffic cost me a gift basket, right? Now, again, guys, let me put this back into what you can do today, right? What you can do today is you can think about who your audience is and how to reach them. And email is not dead. All right, it's just one mechanism. So we can set up automatic AI agents that do all that stuff and send some emails, and we can set up engagement and retargeting and making sure all that happens. But we can also reach out to people who have got Facebook audiences and LinkedIn profiles and Instagram followers, and we can say, hey, love to chat to you. Looks like you're leading an amazing crew there. I talk about this, this, and this. Can I come in? Now, not only for you, but for your clients, you guys. All right, so what can you do for your client that makes you look like the rock star? Could you use a tool like that to put the right people in front of them? We've got a client, Pete, who runs an electrical company. He does electrical importing, and Pete flies all over the world. And his comment to Johan was real simple. He said, I spend, 20 days a month in airports in different cities. And he flies city to city doing his electrical thing, right? Runs a multi-million-dollar business. He said, all I want to do is have lunch with interesting people in the cities that I go to. So we set up a campaign called Lunch with Pete. And we found CEOs of the electrical companies that were his ideal audience. And we just send them a little email that says, hi, John, it's Pete. I'm flying in from wherever next week, and I'd love to buy you lunch on Thursday because you run this company and I run this company. I thought we'd have lunch together. Now, guys, here's what's really interesting for the people who have never run businesses before. Millions of dollars are made on lunch. Millions. The deals are done on the golf course. The deals are done when the CEOs sit down and break bread together and say, "So, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, we do that. Hey, can we help you? Sweet, done. Right? Lunch with Pete. Right? We're not talking about, hey, we're the best ever electrical people, and here's our list of whatever, and blah blah blah, and you should check us out and switch suppliers. No. Do you want to have lunch next week? Do you eat lunch? I do. Oh, cool. Me too. Do you want to do that together? Absolute. Lunch with Pete. Right? Millions of dollars. So what can you do for you, for your business? And again, you can feel my passion. Bridget, thank you for the opportunity to come and chat. Johan and I, for both of us, our passion is helping people expand their businesses because we've seen it. If you can get to do better, you get to employ more people, feed more families, make more impact. And what's really amazing in the agency space is that's a multiplier. If we help you do better for your clients, then that has a massive ripple effect. So the number one area that we've chosen to focus on in terms of the whole business journey is the very beginning. Find me the next person to speak to so that I can put it into my sales pipeline. And then we use AI to automate that. All right, guys, that's what we do. That's Axe Up. I know we've I've monologued for the last 40 minutes. Hopefully it's been okay. But what we've shown you is how to find that ideal person, how to use AI to automate that process, how to put that into play for you, for your clients. And we'd love to help you guys do that as well. So we've got a special deal for the team here. You can pick up an Axe Up program with 0 subscription. Come in, I think it's $297 that we're doing for you guys. You get a whole bunch of lead credits there. You don't have to pay every month. You can just top up when you want to, but you can also get a discounted monthly program if you think, okay, cool, I'm going to use this big time. We've got the agency model in there as well. So that's, there you go. Johan beat me to it. Fastest fingers on the chat box. axeup.ai/my vision agency. It's $297. You can come in. There's no subscription on it. We want you to trust what we're doing. We want you to set it up for yourself. So we've loaded that with a couple of thousand credits so you can start those agents running. And once you're comfortable with it, then you can, share it amongst. You can be an affiliate. You can do all that kind of stuff. But importantly, put your own oxygen mask on first. If we can get you 20 of your ideal clients being messaged every day for the next 6 months, will that help? That's what we do. Bridget, thank you.
Walt, you blew my mind like always. Every time we have a discussion, you always blow my mind. It's so true what you said about CEOs. They make deals at lunch. It's like when we go to the summit, most of us really enjoy not even sitting to listen to the speakers, but just going out into the hallway and networking and having lunch and all of those things with each other. And this past time, that's what I did. And I think I got the most value of any year previously. And I
Yeah,
would
we were the same.
love I know we're coming up to the hour. I want to respect your time. I know you guys just woke up. So I want you to get a chance to get another cup of coffee. But everyone in this community, the strategy that I teach is to use the free community as a lead magnet. So how to create a really good training that would be perfect for your target audience or your customer, and then doing like an open Q&A, and that kind of doubles as sales calls and your content and all of these things. But could you just explain how would this apply to them? How could they use this to promote like a live training in their free community?
What a great idea. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Johan, I can see, like,
I
whenever I
was
give
going
the
to say,
mic, he has to put his hand up. He's like, I'll go. Mate, go for it. Go for it.
So, Bridget, the best example that I can give you right now is my wife. She's just started a brand new community. She had an idea 2 weeks ago. She's like, "Hey, I'm going to start a new community," and it's Japanese female entrepreneurs. That's her whole community. And she's just used the tool to go and find all Japanese entrepreneurs and then invite them into her free community. When they come into her free community, which is in high level, she's got all her courses and everything there. And now she's just training and teaching them. And she's built a whole new income stream just from that. So she invites them to a free community. They're coming in, they're getting a lot of free value. And then they go, hey, I know, like, and trust this person. And then they just start buying stuff that's in the courses section. They're like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. It becomes a shopping thing. And it's self product led, purchasing. So in 2 weeks, she's got 500 people in there. That's how long would that take to build organically, et cetera? Here and she didn't invent this. We've been doing this for 5 years. It started with a business coach. A business coach used to go in and he used to work with HVAC people, and he'd send them an email saying, "Hey, we know who you are. We know you belong with us. This is our private community. I'm reaching out because I want you in here." They join when they joined. Now, this is back when, now it's become a WhatsApp group. Back then, it was a Facebook group. They joined the Facebook group, and there'd be 4 videos there. And the people who were joining the group would watch the videos. And the videos had lots of value. And so you built the know, like, trust. They've actually watched 20 minutes of the videos. That's like a webinar, right? And then they've got all the social proof of everybody going, oh my God, I use this. So social proof is there. And now they know them. And then the call to action is jump on a call with me. No obligations. Jump on a call. I'll show you how to grow your business. That was it. So you can build communities so quickly with this tool by inviting the right people in there. What happens when you get the right people in there? It grows, it scales. Everybody, that community loves you. You get to create content. You get to do what you do best.
And
Yeah, so here.
it's a great lead in. Like, I think the strategy, Bridget, inviting people into a free community is so much nicer than a sales pitch, isn't it? It's like, hey, I'm the greatest swimming pool person you've ever. My swimming pools are the best. I don't care, man. Right? But if your community is about the local community and about home values, and hey, John, I saw that you're here in the local community, and we have a local community group where we talk about improving house values and improving the communities and stuff like that. Love to have you. It's so much easier, right? It's such a nice invitation. So how could you use this tool? A couple of different ways. Pick your target market, use the people search to focus, right? So we go, do you know what? I want people in this group who are financially minded CEOs, whatever. Cool. Use the people search to invite them into the community. Use the company search to invite them into, from a sponsorship point of view, or even from a hey, pass this on to your CEOs or your receptionist or whoever it is you want in the community. Use the influencer search to just exactly do what I did. Think about who is your audience you want to reach and who do they listen to, and then just be nice to that person and increase their exposure. Anything you can do for them, not everybody shares it, but when they do, ding, spikes. So inviting them into that community, what a great way to go. Yeah, that's like, I think that's an amazing strategy. So create real value, use AI. So the other, sorry, 30 seconds more.
No, you're good.
One of the things that I talked about 6 months ago was the fact that because you can now grab this information at scale and research these people. Think about this just for a moment. All right, here's the scenario. You grab this for your client. They're already running Facebook ads. They say to you, I don't need leads. You go, cool, no problems. I understand you. But what we want to do is everybody that you already have coming into your opt-in, I'm going to run them through that AXA program, and I'm going to research the heck out of them. And I'm going to push all of that research back into high level so you've got it all in your CRM. Now look what happens in 90 days. In 90 days time, you've got 1,000 people in your CRM that I've researched. Each one of them has got who they are, what they do, pain points, demographics, all that kind of stuff. Just AI's done that for you. Now I want you to take that whole thing and dump it straight back into ChatGPT and say, this is my audience. Find me more just like that. Because you've got the data, AI goes, no props, on it. Here's the next 25 things that you should be doing. So from a community point of view, if you can get all of that information about the people who you already work with, then the content you create can speak directly to that audience. Rather than being vanilla and blanket, you can actually use AI to say, what should I be talking about? Tell me, who's this person? What do they respond to? What should I be? Cool. Hey, AI, I need to talk about this. Can you write me a script so that when you've got your community, if you know who your audience is, your content is much more targeted. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? So there's so many ways you can use this, but that might be one that you hadn't thought of. Go, Johan.
So can you reply to Martina and Meg in answer to your question? 100% you can use this for people who visited the car dealership. So what do people do when they're looking for cars? They'll go and they'll open up, this car, this car, this car, this different dealerships. It's the first one to get that lead in the door. When they click and they come in, the AI knows which page they're on. It knows what they were looking for. And so now it can say to me, hey, I know that you came, but you didn't leave us your details. Is there any car that I can help you? And how many other companies did that? None, unless I
Mm,
click on. So Meg, 100% you can use it for the car dealerships. Go for it.
yeah.
Well, with Martina.
Yeah, so Martina says, can we use this one tool on our various multiple types of clients we're looking to lead gen, or we need one tool per client account to lead gen for them, agency versus sole? Yes, 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 depending on which way you want to go. So you can connect unlimited high-level accounts to one AXUP account. Okay, so you can have all of your clients, so you can have the one main account if you want to, right? And you can set that up and you can connect up 50 different high level sub accounts and you can run leads from that list into that account and that list into that account and that list, no troubles. Okay, easy to do. Also, you can be an affiliate for us, which we would love, because you could then sell this as a tool to them. So it depends on if you're a sole operator, grab a license for you and be an affiliate and say, hey, Mr. Customer, and we pay you 30% every month. So you don't have to look after it, update it, run any tutorials, onboard anybody. If you recommend somebody to us, you pick up 30% every single month. And we love you for that, and we look after the client, right? But if you want to do the agency thing, there's two ways there. You can just run multiple accounts, so it's a done for you service. Hey, Mr. Client, I will research, find, and outreach to 20 people a day for you, and my fee is $500 a month, and you can just run it for them. Or you can also get an agency license where we give you a discount and you can on-sell it to them, and we still look after the client, but you can have an agency license there as well. Johan.
Martina, at the Dallas event, this one of our clients walks up and says, "Hey, thanks to you all, I'm doing 100 grand a month." And we're like, "Wow, okay, cool. What are you doing?" She goes, "I serve financial planners." So she charges financial planners $5,000 a month to get them 20 booked meetings. That's it. That's her whole business. 20 booked meetings with CEOs. That's her whole business model. She has a VA running the software who then goes through the process that we've talked about, and she guarantees them 20 meetings a month for $5,000. She's got 20 clients, 5 grand, 100 grand a month. That's all she does. And so she's booking them in. The process is, hey, Mr. CEO, I know you're completely busy. The times are changing. We know you're making a lot of money. Are you using it properly? Are you leveraging it? Yes, no. Here's a 15-minute call with our financial planner. That's it. Is the financial planner happy? Yes, because out of 20, even if they close one, they made their 5 grand back. So there's so many different ways you can do this, and we cover all of the different models that you can use in our training. So I want to be respectful of your time. I know we're at 1 minute over. Bridget, thank you so much, guys. If you got any questions, happy to hang around and answer them. Bridget, thank you again for organizing this, for sharing with your community, and for having us on.
Yes, thank you so much. You guys are always welcome. And already, just full transparency, like always. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go ahead and set mine up because I am so fascinated by the idea of someone watching one of my YouTube videos. They almost never take action. But what if they did click my link and then I sent them an invite to my community? I mean, you guys, this is like done for you. This is so amazing. This is so amazing. Good job. I love it.
We're, we're going to have, the accept cookies button when you go to any website and you press the accept cookies button. We're going to set it up so that we actually do send cookies to people. Be like, hey,
Like real actual cookies.
I love it. I love
go
it. That's
Martina.
awesome.
Go Martina. You got a question?
I agree. I'm co-signing what Bridget just said. I'm really fascinated about this new realm that I'm dealing with speakers and how this is really going to blow her mind if I'm able to do this for her as a brand new person to this realm, what I'll be able to do. Mama, I'm sitting over here with chills. I am really, really, really excited about what this means for generating leads. As you know, Bridget, like the possibility of these type of conversions. Thank you guys.
You're
So
welcome.
great to have you with us. Thanks, Martina.
I've got a quick story about speakers. So we had this company, they run events. And before they used to run events, free events, and people would come and they'd have a 50% show up because it's a free event. And then it would take them 3 months to recoup the cost of the event because to run an event, $10,000 plus VA, what's it called? Audio, visual, all that kind of stuff. 3 months to recoup that. They went, they used the tool, they found their speakers, their amazing speakers, through all the research. They said, hey, and I'm going to use Bridget here. Hey, Bridget, we're going to be putting you in front of 200 amazing business owners that do $2 million plus. Would you like to come speak live on stage? We're going to record the whole thing. We're going to give you a sizzle reel. We're going to give you all this footage, content, etc. It's $2,000 to come play. Are you interested? And then, in this world, the speakers are all business coaches, consultants, management consultants, etc. They're like 2,000, hell yeah, let's go, because they're going to be in front of 200 people. So they signed up. Then they go to the audience and go, hey, here's 10 amazing speakers. This is what they're going to talk about. Would you like to buy a ticket? It's $500. Come live, enjoy, spend a day with us. People bought tickets, 200 tickets sold. Then they went to the sponsors and said, we've got 200 tickets sold. 200 businesses that are doing $2 million plus are going to be there. Do you want to sponsor it? 15,000, 20,000, $30,000 sponsorships. Boom. That one event was now netting them $200,000, right? Before they even had the event. Completely different. They flipped the business model around. So there's so many different ways and different cool things you can do with this kind of stuff. So
That's
yeah.
that's so awesome. And also, if you guys run ads, there's a testing process. Then it's like people go to your website and they don't opt in, which this solves the solution. But if you think about like this versus running ads, like one or the other, like let's say that your budget, you just have the money to do one. Why would you not do this one where you can pick up your organic traffic, you can invite people to your community, and the cost is going to be less because you don't have this learning phase. I guarantee your cost per lead is going to be less. But we're going to try this out. We're going to do like a case study and we're going to
Love
see
it.
the cost per lead, which is cheaper.
Love it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, you guys are welcome anytime. I
Thank
appreciate your
you. You
time.
guys are
I hope
amazing.
I hope you get a nap today.
I have no doubt that'll happen.
All right, it was a pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it. And the replay here will be in the replay section. It will also be on YouTube as well. So thank you all
Amazing.
so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Go make your vision a reality.